See America like you've never seen it before in the style and elegance of a GrandLuxe Rail Journey. Superb service, charming accommodations, and world-class dining. Relive the golden age of rail travel on board the GrandLuxe Express, as seen on the Travel Channel and PBS. If you'd like to receive your very own complimentary 40-page full-color brochure, please call us at 1-877-854-3606, and we'll send you your brochure today. Call within the next 30 minutes, and we'll send you a special coupon for $200 per couple onboard credit to be used on your GrandLuxe Rail Journey. Your informative brochure will be your guide to the exciting regions you can visit on your spectacular 7 to 10-day journey. And when you reserve your vacation of a lifetime, we'll also include information about our $500 early booking savings, good toward any of our itineraries. Imagine seeing our country from onboard America's only privately owned premier luxury rail liner. With first-class service, 5-course world-class meals, and charming accommodations.
It was like going to a 5-star hotel, only you were on wheels.
Awe-inspiring excursions, great entertainment, and total luxury.
And I thought the first thing when you came to the train and there was a carpet out in front of you with the whole staff, the GrandLuxe group, welcoming you on the train, I thought, we're in for an experience.
Take the first step toward your GrandLuxe Rail Journey by picking up the phone and calling 1-877-854-3606 for your complimentary 40-page full-color brochure. And be sure to ask for your special $200 onboard credit coupon. We're looking forward to seeing you on board the GrandLuxe Express. Call now to plan your GrandLuxe experience.
Welcome back. Today we're taking a tour of what it's like to travel in style aboard the GrandLuxe Express. Some of our passengers describe the GrandLuxe experience as a cruise on land, while others describe it as a 5-star hotel on wheels. The food, the service, and the accommodations make a lasting impression on all of our guests.
That was probably one of my favorite times to be on the train, was dinner every evening, because we usually dine with somebody different, so we had great conversation. But the car itself, I mean, the sort of Art Deco, dark wood, beautiful, china and white linen tablecloths, and I felt like I was on a movie. It was like, can this really be true? And then 5-course meals, and everything about it was tasty and delicious, and I'm still amazed at how they make food taste that good when it's got to be cooked on a moving train. That's beyond my comprehension.
Every night, a 5-course meal. From a guy's point of view, it wasn't frou-frou food, it was real food. Wonderful. There's always a meat course, there's always a fish course. The vegetables to complement it were fantastic. If you felt, well, I guess I don't really want fish tonight, you could have a double meat course. Now what more could a guy ask for than that?
One of my favorite meals was the prime rib. Ooh, but I have another one too. Do you remember this? The rack of lamb.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And the halibut. I think you had the halibut, and I love the rack of lamb.
Surf and turf was unbelievable. One night they had scallops as an appetizer. I never expected scallops on a train. And they were fabulous.
The other part I really liked about it is once you stepped on the train until the time you stepped off at the end of the journey, the biggest decision you had to make is, will I have the steak, or will I have the lobster, or will I have the souffle, or will I have the cheese potatoes? And everything was taken care of. There was no thinking, there were no decisions, and everything was elegant, and it couldn't have been better if I'd orchestrated everything myself.
There was even a pastry chef on the train who did nothing but desserts and rolls, and it computed into some absolutely fantastic meals and great wines.
But dinner is only one of the great meals served and prepared on the GrandLuxe Express.
The lunches were extraordinary. Those that somewhere on the train were just fantastic. Breakfast, you had your choice of a continental breakfast back in the New York car, or you could go up to either one of the dining cars and have a full breakfast. The choices are endless.
Breakfast on the GrandLuxe. Every morning our butler greeted us with juice, for me, coffee, as you requested, and then we would go through one of the club cars on our way to get to the dining car, and on the piano there was a wonderful array of bagels, cream cheese, fresh berries, so I would kind of eat and walk to the dining car and then have another breakfast. It was wonderful.
With all the great food also comes first-class service.
The service, the staff were just so warm and friendly, and you really felt they cared that we had a good experience.
It was definitely a trip where GrandLuxe really provided the service, and I think the service was outstanding, but then everything was.
Everything, including the charming accommodations and sleeping on a luxury rail liner.
I had no idea what our room on the GrandLuxe would be like. I had no idea, and as we walked in, we had a wonderful bottle of champagne on a table with a rose. Our luggage was already in our room, and everything, we unpacked the luggage and everything worked. Everything fit.
We thought it was fabulous how they configured the bed. There's one bed along the window, another one along the side, so Whit took the longer bed since he's taller than I am. And then I enjoyed keeping the window or the shade open and watching the world go by in the night at night.
Once we were in the room, I felt like it was very cozy. It wasn't crowded at all. And we had our own personal butler, which, who wouldn't want that? I wanted to bring him home with us. He was fabulous.
On our way back, the butlers would be standing outside. They'd be waiting for us to greet us, to get back on board. And they would have their cocktail hours, so we would go and we'd do our cocktails, and then you choose your own time to go to dinner. Everything was just perfect. I was amazed. As I said, my husband wanted to go on the trip. I was a little iffy. And by the time the train was finished and the trip was over, I was in love with GrandLuxe Express. I really was.
I've never had a butler. It was a different experience to have a gentleman that paid that much attention to us. And I have to say that I really enjoyed it.
You have this feeling of being pampered. And particularly as a woman, I don't get pampered very often.
Oh, so. I pamper you.
You do make the bed, that's right. I forgot about that. But you don't bring me my juice and coffee in the morning like the butler did.
The butler would come by every morning and bring us, well, tea for me and coffee for Bill. So we started off the day with that before we'd go down to breakfast.
When you're at breakfast in the morning, they come in and they make it into the seating arrangement for the day,
Right.
which is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful fabrics, cherry wood throughout the cabins. And then when you're at dinner, they come back in and do the opposite, make it into the sleeping arrangement.
Right.
So after you're done dining and you've gone to some of the club cars and enjoyed free time or a couple of cocktails, you come back and your room is ready for the night.
Yeah, they fold down your bed, a little piece of chocolate on your bed, on your pillow.
I loved our butler.
I know, and they wouldn't come home with us.
Next, we'll show you how to see America the GrandLuxe way.